The places you'll go, but in song form. Okay, so we're getting there. Okay, so okay, what I'm thinking is I want to base this whole thing on our thank you, that kind of feeling. Okay, but so the song will kind of start off like that. But what I want you to think about is maybe like a first date, maybe like a blind date or something, where two people meet for the first time. I don't know, maybe they get a cup of coffee or have lunch together, and then they actually have a nice time together. Okay, like it's too fast to really say anything about falling in love or anything, but they were done and they really enjoyed each other's company. So maybe the girl says, thank you very much, thank you for everything. I had a lot of fun. The guy wants to say, my pleasure, let's do it again. That kind of, so is that kind of thank you. It's that kind of feeling, that kind of story, okay, that kind of you welcome. Okay, not amongst friends where it's just like, hey, thanks, huh? Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, next time. All right, see you guys. All right, take care. That's a completely different feeling. Okay? So, so first of all, okay, so whatever your thank you is, I want you guys to try it, but then, because I can't hear everyone individually, I'm just gonna create something and then you'll try to just learn what I'm doing. But hopefully at the end too, you'll have your own ideas and maybe, you'll have your own song too. Okay, so first of all, let's start off with the thank you. Okay, that's my thing, my nice, gentle, sincere thank you. Okay. Okay. Now I want you to think of the next melody line that will say, "You're welcome, my pleasure, anytime," something like that. Okay. But now, because you're writing a song, I cannot, well, it's not I cannot, but I don't want to stay on the C chord the whole song. It's just a little boring. So I'm already thinking, okay, we're in the C chord. The next chord we're going to use is the F chord. And after that, we're going to use G7. Okay? So the song, the chords basically goes C, F, G7. Okay? So the first melody is over the C chord, so I'm going to do this. Okay? Now the response is going to be over the F chord. So I'm just going to hold the F chord and I'm going to try to find a melody that I feel fits that, oh, you're welcome, I had a great time too, let's do it again. Okay? So this is kind of what I'm hearing, the thank you part, the response. Right? So there's something about the melody that kind of complements each other. Okay? And it's not just about understanding what notes you're playing, you have to understand how to feel that. Okay, so first of all, we got the, oh, sorry, Sammy, let me get you. um, where are you? Oh, there you are. Allow record. Okay, okay, so try it. So that's kind of my thing, is the thank you. Now the you're welcome, my pleasure. Okay, can you guys kind of feel that though? I mean, like, can you guys kind of understand where I'm going with this? Like, does it kind of match? Okay, and the point is to understand how the feeling is what really is going to make your song, like, you like it or you don't. Okay, because if I was writing a song, a story about something else, like I was angry and I started doing this, it doesn't, doesn't sound like it, right? So it doesn't quite match. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to just practice what I'm doing, but I want to encourage you guys to make your own. So I could do something like this. Okay, basically C chord, but I'm playing the melody E, F, G. Then I'm going to the F chord. I'm using this as my F chord. and the melody I'm playing is F, E, D. Okay, so C chord, E, F, G, F chord. Okay, so let me ask you guys something real quick. Based on this story, which one do you like better? One or two? Okay, so one is this one. Okay, that's one. Two is, just type it in, one or two. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just preference, right? Which one connects to you better? One, 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 two, two. Okay, good. So it's good that everybody kind of has their own opinion because that means you're actually taking it in. You're taking the story, right? Because if there was no story, it's hard to say, right? Do you like this better? Or do you like this better? Right? Without any story, any kind of context, it's kind of like, I don't know, they're both kind of the same, okay? So this is why, the only reason why some of you said one, well, most of you said one, and some of you guys said two, is because maybe in your head you're thinking of some kind of story. And a lot of times, you know, I'm only one person, so I don't always write things about my own personal experiences. Sometimes I watch a movie or a TV show, and I like the TV show or the movie, so I'll kind of write something for that situation. Okay? So hopefully, if you guys want to learn the first one or the second one, it's up to you, but hopefully some of you guys are also creating your own thing too. Okay, so since most of you guys said one, I'll stick with this one. Okay, and then let's go with the over the G7 chord. I'm gonna play something that kind of says, you know, so is it like, oh, thank you, you know, thank you very much, you know, I really enjoyed this. Yeah, me too. We should do this again. Okay, maybe next time, like what is that line over G7 that can kind of give you that like that feeling of, you know, I really had a good time. I want to do it again. Maybe next time we should, you know, something like that, just to kind of end the conversation. Okay, and I don't know if you guys know, but G7 will lead nicely back to the C. So that's why this is a good chord to end the phrase on. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let you guys figure one out before I play my next one. Okay, and then if you guys have any questions, just you can either type it in and I'll read it in the comments, or you can just simply unmute yourself and then just talk. And then after we finish talking, then we'll just hammer pull-offs feel like a question. But what do you mean by that? Oh, you mean the technique itself? Is that what you mean? Like when you do those techniques, it feels like you're asking a question. Okay, that's good. So what you want to do is every time you do a technique, a new technique or something, you want to try to get some kind of feel for it. So like if you feel like the hammer-ons and everything kind of feels like a question thing, now you know when you're going to use it. Okay, versus, you know, just like when Jake does a pull-off or I play a song and I do a slide, you know, why am I doing it there? Hmm. Well, Caleb, that's deep. That's too deep for me. Okay, so good. So, oh, okay, so I'm thinking something like this. And the turnaround. One more time. So I'm basically holding a G7, and the melody I'm playing is high C, B, A, B, and high C. but I'm doing that technique where I go C, tap, B, tap, A, tap, B, tap, C. And I'm adding the sus right here, adding the F. So one more time. Okay, so take a couple of minutes. Okay, so basically what we're experiencing is how we're kind of taking a story, we're creating a little line, and then we're using this line, but then we also have to make it a little more musical so it fits. Okay? So I would do it twice. Okay, so just kind of, one thing you want to do when you write a song, especially a slow song like this, is you want to instill a melody. Okay? When I say the melody, I mean a lot of one thing I noticed too, like right now, like a lot of ukulele players that are playing solo arrangements, you know, when they're playing, if it's their own arrangement, their own composition, if somebody were to ask you or ask them, how does the melody go? Like, how did the melody to that song go? And a lot of times you can't do it. So like for example, Shutdown. So Shutdown was like, it was a pretty big song for me because ukulele players around the world wanted to learn this song, okay? And Shutdown goes like this. Okay, so it goes something like that. Now, if you're a ukulele player, then you might say, oh, I want to learn that song, right? But let's say you just want to listen to music. I mean, honestly, how does the melody to this song go? Something like like there's no real melody. Nobody, you know, and to me that's kind of important when you're writing a song, like in this case, the way we're trying to write one with a story, we need a really simple and nice melody line where any listener can be like, oh yeah, I know that song. That's someone that goes like this, right? Da da dun, da da dun, da 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 dun, something like that. Okay, so that's what we wanna focus on. Okay, so whenever I'm doing a ballad like this, I always like to keep the melody simple, and I try to repeat it a couple of times, just because that's kind of like, we call that the hook. Okay, I want people to hear this part of the song and say, oh, I love this song. Okay, so that's the idea. So that's how I would do it twice. So you start it off. And then, oh, G7. One more time. Then we'll kind of go into the next part after that. Okay, so now here's another thing now, just to kind of make it a little more musical. So I'm going to ask you guys something, okay? So Um, when I do it the second time, okay, so the first time, again. Okay, now this part, should I do the exact same thing again, or do you think I should change that part a little bit, just to kind of give it variation? Um, oh, good. Okay, so Linda feels like change a little, okay? Because I'm thinking I could do something like this. The second time, maybe go to this F now, and then end the same way. Okay, so now it might sound like this. Okay, good. So now maybe you say, yeah, I like the change, but maybe you don't like the change that I did. So I could do something else. So like what I did was I went, okay, the first time I went F chord, A, B, C. Now what if I just went backwards? Okay, so listen to this. Oh, I forgot. So let's go backwards one more time. Sorry. I'm going backwards now. Okay, so which one do you like better? The first one, where I go up here, and then to the G7, or when I kind of stay in the same place, but I just go backwards. So you like the higher one, or you can just say 1 if you like the higher part, or you can say 2 if you like the backwards one. Which one was 1? Oh, the higher one. 1, 2. I have choosing disorder. Both good. Okay. No, so good. So we're kind of learning together, right? And we're right. This song does not exist. So we are the only ones who have ever heard of this song, or at least trying to put it together. So, however you like it, learn it that way. Okay. Okay. So one more time. Again. And okay, so before I move on to the next part, I want to give you guys a couple of minutes to try it. If you have any questions as far as what I'm doing, let me know. And I don't mind going over whatever I need to. Okay, just out of curiosity, I'm assuming that most of you guys are just trying to learn what I'm doing. Is anybody, okay, I'll go over the high part. Is anybody actually doing their own thing, like they have their own melody? You can say me. Good.
Me, I'm trying.
Okay, good, good, good. I will start with so it's not just so like one of the things that you have to remember too is the way that I'm playing it makes a big difference, right? And that's what takes years to practice, is that I'm assuming some of you guys might be playing it the way that I'm playing it, but it might feel different or sound different because it might sound something like this. Something like that, right? Now it doesn't have that little sincere, that feeling, right? Okay, so that's a big part of the lesson, is that you're going to realize the way you say, the way you play it is maybe to me more important than the actual notes, right? So the thing is, it doesn't really matter to me if I play this or if I play this. Okay, I don't think anyone will be like, I don't like that line, as long as I play it nicely. Okay, so the higher one, I'm putting my finger right here. This is space number 5 on the E string. Okay, and I'm using this as an F chord. Okay, and the melody is high F, which is space number 8, and then 7, your high E, and then I'm just holding down 2 strings, so the F with high D. Okay, so I'm playing one more time. Go a little. I gotta find out which angle is best, because I know that when I'm like this, it's kind of hard to see if I'm holding the strings down or not. Maybe this way. What is the best angle here? High F, high E, and D. Okay, and then the G7. Okay, so go ahead, take a couple more minutes, go for it, and remember, try to play it nicely. Okay, make it feel the way you want it to feel. And then, that's something that Jake and I kind of talked about a lot too. So, I learned from Jake, but Jake, he's been performing a lot. Recently, he started doing a little bit more teaching, but he hasn't taught that often. He was more of the performer. And the thing is, Jake and I both know that there's, more than one way to do things. Like when we're playing music, and because it's part of our lives, we understand that not everything is right and wrong. You can strum with your thumb. Okay, I don't teach that. I teach, but as you get a little bit more advanced, I'm going to talk about later strumming with your thumb and things like that. But the thing is, I was telling Jake, a big part of being a teacher is you cannot be a teacher and tell everybody, well, there's really no right way or wrong way. You can kind of do whatever's comfortable, like, yeah, that's fine. I don't do it like that, but that's okay. Because I was telling Jake that, as a teacher, people need guidance. That's why they're taking lessons, So a big deal for me is, even though I kind of understand that there is no right way or wrong way, that's why I try to explain everything. Like, okay, I do it like this because, and then you can kind of understand it. So the way that I say things, I think it really, I think students don't have a problem believing me, But if when I first started teaching, I would sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, Okay, so today we're going to try and write a song. Yeah, I never did this before, but so you guys can do anything you want, right? So it wouldn't work like that. Okay, you have to remember, your playing is the same thing. You're trying to tell a story. Okay, I want to believe your story. Oh yeah, that was fun. We're gonna do it again together on Friday, but we're gonna make some changes. I was talking about this, so in case you watched Jake and I on Friday on his Facebook Live, but you didn't join yesterday's class, I wanted to just make it clear that I had nothing to do with Jake losing his sound. Okay, first of all, I had nothing to do with that. It was just a coincidence. It was just a coincidence. So, but then yeah, we're gonna do some more stuff next week. But I was a little bummed because Jake was supposed to play a lot more songs. So when I was out, he was supposed to do like 6 or 7 more songs. But but the problem was as soon as I got cut off, and Jake got cut off too. So basically me and Jake talked for like 90% of the show, and then and Jake played for 10%. And it's not supposed to be like that. It was supposed to be more like 80-20. He plays for 80%, I come out, we talk stories for 20%. But yeah, that was kind of a bummer. I did get a little bit of I won't call it hate mail, but it's just like there's a couple of people who wrote stuff like, "This is the first time I'm watching his live, and I haven't seen him play one song yet. Who's this other guy? Who's this other guy he's talking to?" Like, man, some guys are so mean. No, but it was fun. It was fun. So yes, I'll be there next week. Hopefully not too long. I won't overstay my welcome. Okay, so we got this part. Okay, now the next part. Well, so that's the other thing. Because Jake and I are not in the same place, we cannot play together because of the delay. So if Jake is playing and I'm listening to him and I play, to me it's going to sound like I'm in time. For Jake and for everyone else, it's going to sound like we're not playing in time just because of the delay. So yeah, so that's why we don't play. And then, Jake asked me if I wanted to play a couple of songs by myself, but I told him, I don't want to steal your thunder, steal the show. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next section. Okay, so we just did this. Okay, so the next part, I'm kind of thinking like, kind of that excited feeling now, like, they kind of leave, they're going home, the girl's thinking, oh, he was such a nice guy. And the guy's singing, man, I really like this girl. So now they're just kind of thinking about their next date, what should they do? So I kind of see it as something more like this kind of feel. So I wrote the chords on the board: F, G, C, F, G. Then I went to an A minor, F, G, C, G, A minor, F, G, and C. Let me get out of the way. Okay, so one more time. F, okay, so what I want you to do is just kind of run through these chords first, just to try to get the feeling of the song. So we have no melody yet, right? We're gonna have to add a melody later. Oh, then I see I think I understand what you mean, Linda, but I don't really know much about, I don't know much about that kind of stuff. So Jake actually has somebody, what is the tempo to this song? For this, right now, I don't know. I mean, we're just trying to get the melody first, but I would say around there. F and G. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. so something like that. Okay, so anyway, so when we're playing this, I'm kind of imagining the like the like it's a happy, nice feeling, right? To meet somebody like that. Maybe you might feel a little nervous, you know, thinking about it since you guys just met. And to me, that nervous feeling is why I threw in the A minor here. So I wanted something like that. I wanted the F, C. Everything sounds happy, but you know, you're still a little nervous. Can you hear what that A minor does, right? It kind of changes the mood just a little, but that's all it is. Comes back to that happy feeling. Okay, okay, so now what I want you to do is add some kind of melody. F chord, G chord, C chord, F chord, G chord, A minor, back to F chord, G chord, A minor, G chord, and then the C chord. Okay, so just try to, so I just kind of made stuff up, but I want your melody to be a little bit more rememberable. Okay. Something, well, try your own. I mean, I'm not happy with anything I'm playing yet, but I'll try to figure something out later. And let me know if you guys have any questions. So I kind of like this. Okay, so try listening to this real quick. Oh, sorry. Something like that where I really like this line, this. I'm sorry, C and B. This makes me feel like that, like your heart is pumping, like you're kind of like that happy kind of feeling, you know that. Maybe open up. 3, 4. Up. Maybe something like that. Maybe I'm staying on the C and B too long. Something like that. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, good. So like for me personally, right? So even though, I just kind of want you to understand how in the beginning, I was just trying to add little notes like, add the A, B, C, maybe a D, C, B, maybe a more time, A minor. Okay, so I'm just adding notes like that, but nothing really felt to me like that's the one. Okay, and then I was just kind of playing around. I don't know, it just kind of hit me like, oh, I really like this. Now I just need a better line over the C chord, and then I want to resolve back to this. And then I need a better line over the A minor chord. And maybe the third time when I come back, maybe I'll do something like. So what I did was almost the same thing from the F chord with the C, B, C, B. Then I went to a G chord, but I played the D. C. Then the C chord with the E. G chord with D. A minor chord with C. Okay, and the reason why I did this over the C, G, and A minor is because when I play the C, the melody is high E. Now you're hearing the G chord with the D and the A minor with the C. So this is what you're hearing. And that's easy to remember. So I wanna keep that in there. Then no. No. Okay, something like that. So it still needs work. Like normally this is how I would do it. I would kind of just I got something I like, okay, but now I gotta work on that over the C chord. So I want you guys to find something you like over the C chord and something you like over the A minor chord. And if you guys want, you can keep this. I really like this. Now the C chord. Nah, I don't like that. So Ariel, you can use your harmonics here on the 12th. Again, eventually after this part, we're going to go back into the verse. Oops. Okay, take a couple of minutes. So actually, yeah, I would need to. I'm close. I'm close to something I really like, and that's what it comes down to, though. Like especially now, I notice that because I like to write songs, and I understand that feeling of when I play something and it hits that story, like right on the head. I go, oh, that's the one. And sometimes I can't get that feeling, so I'll just kind of work on it a little bit more. And a lot of times, too, you should remember when you're writing songs, um, a lot of times it could be your mood. Like if you're not in the right mood, anything you play, it's going to feel like, ah, no, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. So sometimes you got to recognize when you're just being a downer on yourself. No, I don't like that. So how are you guys doing with this? Good? And then so you're gonna notice too, like some feelings, some emotions, some songs are kind of similar. Like if we were talking about like a lullaby song for a baby, or like a love song, romantic love song, they can almost kind of be put in the same category. I do feel like with lullabies, though, you're going to use a lot more safety notes. So safety notes means that whatever notes are in the chord, those are your safety notes. So if I played something like this, sounds more like a lullaby, right? But it's just because I'm playing jazz note. What do you mean by jazz note? Okay, so arpeggios just use a lot of those safety notes. Like with the love song and stuff, we're not really using too much safety notes. We just want a simple melody. If you play the wrong note, you got it. Okay, so how many of you guys, is anybody, like you guys have something completed here and you know exactly how you want to play it and you're happy with it? Anybody? No? Well, me too. Yours is not done? Okay, good. But are you guys close? You guys feel like, so when you play something, right, and then you hear it and it's not quite what you're looking for. You have to kind of understand why, what is it? What is it that's not making you happy? Is it too many notes? Maybe the melody, the wrong selection, you know? And you just try to sing a melody in your head. Oh, maybe I like that. So, I'll go to a C7. C7 leads nicely to an F if you want to throw in a C7 here. But this would actually be more of the... Maybe that should come here. That's a nice line. I like that line. Oh, A minor. Maybe I like that. So I might try to do that. So after the... And this is line number 3. Like that. I kind of like that. So one more time. So I'm just doing that same F, G chord, and I'm going up here too. So this is my C chord, and the melody is E, G. This is a G chord right here. This is space number 5 on the A string, and this is space number 7 on the C string and E string, and the melody is D and E. Oh. So C chord. And now the A minor. I'm using this as my A minor and adding the C. This reminds me of a song though. What song am I thinking? Does this sound familiar? Does this line sound familiar to anyone? Oh, wait, what song is that? Suddenly, the memories came back to me in my... What song is that? Anybody know the name of the song? My wake up song. No, not my wake up song. Your wake up song. No, wait. Janet Jackson. You get the song again? Suddenly the memories. It is pretty close. Came back to me in my mind. Da, 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 da. You know, you guys never heard that? Again, that's what it's called. Again by Janet Jackson. That's a nice song. Oh, so now I got that stuck in my head. Okay, so hopefully you guys can come up with something in the beginning and the second line, and we got the third line. Okay, so let's take it from the top. high one. Ah, I don't know. 2, 3, 4. I don't like that at all. And I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of losing the feeling now. I feel like it's not, it was supposed to be like like kind of like a happy, exciting song. I feel like now it's getting a little too deep. So, and it happens. Sometimes, okay, wait, start all over. This is not working. Okay? And this is normally where I would just take a break. Take a break, go have a few drinks, come back, try it again with a brand new attitude, something like that. But it is harder for a song like this because we're just kind of making up a story. Normally, when you really feel strongly about something, the song comes together a lot easier. In this case, I'm thinking more. This to me, this sounds more like a teenager kind of song, and but it was just just as the exercise, okay, so you can kind of see how the song started coming together. And I'll probably work on this though, so that we'll have something. But maybe you guys could feel it too. Can you guys feel that everything we did, the thank you, and one more time. Okay, and this is the part where they're supposed to be kind of excited, almost like a silly kind of feeling where you're happy you met someone, you're a little nervous, and I feel like the reason why I like this is because it kind of reminds me, like you said, of your heart beating and racing. Something like that. But now I'm starting to think like, maybe it's not. I feel like now it's getting a little too, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Ooh, it's interesting. Can you guys feel though? Do you feel that, all right, no problem, Gail. Thank you. Do you feel that these couple are broken? they're breaking up. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so like, what do you mean by sad? So like, if I were to do something sad, like a sad situation, I would probably start everything in the minor chord. So instead of the key of C, I might go like A minor. I don't know how sad you want to make it, but if you go like to a D minor, I mean, this is pretty sad sounding already, right? So even though I don't have a melody, just hearing this, like, right? It's kind of like somebody must have died or something, right? You imagine it in the movies, so you get that sound, right? I don't really have a melody for it, but yeah, if I wanted to do a sad song, I would just kind of approach it a little different. But yeah, I'm not, and I can kind of tell right now. I mean, I'm very certain that I'm not going to come up with something I like right now. Okay, and it's part of the process. I like the beginning. I don't think it's going to take a long time, but I think I would actually need to rethink the story, try to really imagine it, really try to feel something, and then play. I mean, to me, I'm kind of happy with how far we've gotten today, considering I'm trying to, do this as an exercise. So I'm not really focused on the song, right? I'm trying to run a class too. But I think it's enough for you guys to kind of see. And then as you yeah, as you try to get a little more creative, some notes, will really try to, there's some melody lines will really capture you, and you're gonna say, "Oh, I like it." Okay, and then you just gotta focus. After you get the song down, then you focus on how to play it, right, and get your story out. Oh, good. Yeah, and songwriting to me is where it really gets fun, So I've tried to encourage many of my students to write songs, and some of the more advanced students that I have, I mean, they can play. They all. I don't teach Jake songs, but they go on YouTube. They play all his music, but then they're so used to being told exactly what to do, exactly how to play a song, that when it comes to soloing, improvising, songwriting, they have a really, really hard time, and I think, sometimes I feel like they're just they don't quite understand the purpose of a song. Like there's no such thing as the best song ever, right? I mean, different songs, kind of they have different feelings, different things. Before, when I used to work out and exercise, there's some music I would listen to, and then on other occasions, I'll listen to other music. So that's what songs are. So the thing is your story, right? When we can all speak English, and we all talk, we tell stories, and every conversation has a different point. So it's every time you say something, it's important, and songs are kind of the same thing. Well, you can create, you just have to, like, a lot of the songs that I play or that I've written, there's nothing fancy about it, you know. That song "I Do," the melody, I mean, it just started with G, and I just added a melody. So it's like, wait, what chord is that? Is this a G chord and a C major seven? All right, Simon, good to see you, man. Take care. Right, just two chords, and I just added a melody. It's like, whoa, what's so fancy about that? Nothing. One more time, so if I put it together, G, C, okay, the melody. Right? And that's it. So everybody can do it once you have a story. So do you guys know, like, what kind of song does this sound like to you guys? Can you guys guess? What kind of feeling does that give you? Playful, it lifts me. Uh, kind of, okay. In love, okay, yeah, that's closer. So I actually wrote this song for Jake when he got married. So I called it I Do. So it's the same thing, yeah. It's when I recorded it though, I didn't play it as a solo arrangement. So that way the melody would just come out. Yeah, because as I'm playing it with the arpeggio thing, there's a lot of notes being played. those notes that are being played in between kind of take away from the melody. So ice cream van. Oh, I can hear that. Okay, so now even though I had the song written, I wonder if I can play it on here. Even though I wrote the song, um, it came down to how I could play it. So I needed to play it differently. So wait, let me see if I can find it. Mm, I do. I feel to it walking down the aisle. Okay. So when I wrote that song, I was so certain that when he walked down the aisle with his wife, he would play that song, but he didn't. What a guy. Good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's the thing, right? So what you try to do is that the hard part with instrumentals, nobody really knows what you're trying to write about because there's no words. Okay, so with a lot of instrumentals, you do want to kind of understand the story. So the name of the song is called I Do, and I called it I Do is because I want people to understand that it was, written for a wedding. Like it's supposed to be like a wedding song that I wrote. Okay, so I think a lot of it just kind of depends on, okay, so like you're writing a song. The number one thing is the song needs to make sense to you as the songwriter first. Okay, so that's number one. Okay, so even if nobody could guess, if nobody said like in love, if I played the song and you guys said, oh, sounds like people are having fun at the beach or something, or I don't know, like something like way off from a wedding love song. To me, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It kind of depends on how you look at a wedding. What is your feeling of a wedding? Um, to be honest, right? I don't really know, but if somebody out there is um, not happily married, then I think a love song like this wouldn't apply to. I mean, they wouldn't feel that, right? So everybody's a little bit different, but as a songwriter, that's where you need to be original and just it's okay. Even if you have a different opinion on, other people, you just have to commit to your own thing. Oh, definitely, yeah. Tempo is important. And then, even for Jake when he's playing, he will often kind of slow down a little bit. Well, he can only do it if he's playing solo, right? But even like when we did this one, I'm actually slowing it down. Maybe you guys can hear it. Da, da, da. So if there was a metronome playing, there's no way I'd be in time. I'd be way behind. Oh, I didn't see that. That's the one, yeah, the quartet or something. Hmm. I think I saw the promotion of that, but yeah, I didn't actually watch it. I'll go check it out later. So, anyways, yeah, if you guys can, what I would like you to do is for this song, I don't know, maybe this isn't your style of songs or you don't care for this story. I want to encourage you guys to try your own story. And if you guys are okay with it, try finishing this song and you can name it whatever you want. You guys can call it. So all of you guys can finish the song. It'll all kind of sound similar, but it'll all have different names. So you guys can all name it and you guys can all record it and keep it and you can say this is a song that you guys wrote. All right. So what do you mean, Ariel? How can I remember what?
How do you remember all the melodies? You like the
Oh,
melody now.
no, I mean, sometimes I do forget the melody lines. Like sometimes I'll write a song, I'll kind of get like, okay, I kind of like this. I'll come back to it later, and then I kind of forget. But a melody or a song is kind of like like meeting somebody and seeing their face. Maybe if you just meet them once or maybe twice, you'll kind of, you won't forget them. And then if you see them around, you'll say, oh, that's so and so. So once I hear, I mean, even songs I haven't played for a long time, um, yeah, I mean, any song that I've heard before, I'm usually pretty good. The same way, like if I played a song for you and you remember the melody, you'd be able to tell me, oh, I know this song. Even if you didn't hear it for like 10 years or something. So for me, the songs are the same thing. I write a song, I play it a few times, I remember the melody. And even though I haven't played it in a long time, as long as I can play the melody in my head, I can usually kind of remember how it went. Sometimes I cannot, though. A co-wrote. There you go. No, so it does take time, but like I said, right? I mean, these songs that you have to remember, by the time I record a song, that means I've played it at least a few hundred times. You're not gonna just go into recording studio. Well, some people do, but I don't go into recording studio and try to write a song while I'm in there. But I'll record the song, I'll play it, and yeah, by the time it's recorded, I played it a few hundred times, so it's hard for me to forget how the melody went. Anybody else have any questions about this? I'm gonna start wrapping up soon. Oh, good, good. Yeah, well, hopefully, you guys have a song, and I would like to do more songwriting with you guys. We'll try things a little at a time. And but yeah, I encourage you guys to really try this. And don't forget how everything just kind of started with a simple, oh, how would I say thank you? Or maybe, or yeah, something like that. And it's just trying to find some kind of connection between your playing, your feeling, and your playing. And I think you guys are all on the right track. Oh, good. Well, that's such a nice song. That's one of my favorite songs that Jake wrote, was Blue Roses Falling. The other song that I really like of his is, what's it called? 6 in the Morn? I think it was called 6 in the Morn. It might be on iTunes, but it's the number 6 in the morn. And if you like Blue Roses Falling, I think you would really like that song too. Mm. Oh, Pianoforte is a nice one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Pianoforte. Mm. Yeah, he has a lot of good songs out there. But isn't that interesting, right? Jake plays so many songs and so many fast songs, so many fancy songs and difficult songs. but your favorites are like Pianoforte, Blue Roses Falling, Six in the Morn. I mean, what do these songs have that's different? It's the melody. They have a really nice melody that that you guys can remember. And that's what makes us, to me, that's what makes a song great, especially when you're telling a story, okay? But like if you, usually it's the ukulele players that want to learn Gently Weeps and all of that. But as far as just listening to a song, listening to music, the melody is so important. Mm, mm. Oh, bits and pieces. Oh, thank you. You might be the only one. Oh, Shutdown? Shutdown was actually, it was more of an angry song. I think I told this story. Maybe I shouldn't tell this story, but like, so once in a while, I used to perform with Jake like that. We do things together. And I had to perform with him one night. And the night before, I think it was on a Sunday, I had to perform with him. And on Saturday night, I decided to go out with some friends. And this is many, many years ago. But I decided to go out with some friends. We went to a bar. We started drinking. They went to the next bar, the next bar, the next bar. Next thing you know, sun was up. We're still drinking. I think I went to sleep at around 2 in the afternoon. I had to be there at 5. I was really hungover and I played terribly. I mean, I made it through the song, but you know, it was just so, it's such a bad choice to go, knowing that I had to play. I didn't play nearly my best. I was very disappointed with myself, but I made it, you know, I made it through the show. I did my couple of songs with Jake. In fact, I had to play pianoforte with him. And then, so, I don't know, something like that. So I was kind of upset. That night, I remember playing my ukulele and Shutdown came about. Something like that. I don't know. All right. So yes, every time I play that song, I do try to, well, if I'm going to perform it, I try to get back in that angry mood. Not angry, but you know, that frustrated time, you know, when I wrote it. Oh, so silly. I was in my early 20s back then. I was like, what, 3 years ago, 2 years ago? Just kidding. All right. Oh, good. Thank you. All right. So anyways, yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys again on Friday on Jake's Facebook Live. So we're gonna try to do some stuff together. It's funny because um, the main reason why Jake and I are doing stuff together is because I can help him with videos, you know. So that was kind of his thing. He was like, "Oh, you know what? Why don't you help me with the videos? And then every show, you know, just come on, we'll talk story just for a little bit and promote your YouTube channel or the workshops or whatever you want." And yeah, so it's fun. And then, like I was saying, Jake and I, we love to just kind of hang out and talk stories. So it's fun. It's fun for us, but I will try my best not to take over the show. Somebody can sing. Uh, Jake, can you play a song? Can you play something? Oh, yeah, it's fun. All right, good. But okay, today was fun. I had a lot of fun. And then I think maybe you guys might be too advanced for the ukulele for robots class, but feel free to join that if you want. And if not, I'll see you guys maybe on Friday or next week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. If you guys have time, come check it out. All right. You guys enjoy.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. You guys enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you guys later. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Good job.